Okay, let's jump right into today's explainer. Because the familiar financial apps sitting on your home screen right now, they are aggressively mutating. Seriously, you might think you just have a basic trading app, maybe a student loan app, or a standard social media platform in your packet, but a massive evolution is underway. These platforms are basically in an all-out sprint to capture your entire financial life, and honestly, the strategies they're using to pull it off are absolutely fascinating. So here is our roadmap for today. We're going to map out the new fintech landscape, check out Robinhood's flat world, see how SoFi is banking the side hustle, look at X money finally taking flight, and then wrap up with the big question: who actually wins your wallet?
All right, part one, the new fintech landscape and these mutating financial ecosystems.
Let's establish the core thesis right off the bat. The era of the single-feature financial app, it's completely over. These apps no longer just want to be some niche tool you open once a week to check a stock or a network where you just scroll through text. No, they want the whole shebang. They want to be your entire financial world. What we're seeing is these platforms radically expanding their business models to become global, full-stack financial operating systems. Think about it. What you used to hire 3 or 4 different banks or brokers to do, these apps now want to handle entirely in-house.
Moving to part two, Robinhood's flat world and their massive leap into global crypto infrastructure.
Robinhood recently hosted an event in London appropriately titled "The World is Flat." And I'll tell you, they were not subtle about their evolution. Remember their 2013 origins? A plucky Menlo Park startup focused on commission-free trading, the whole GameStop-era identity? Well, today they are shedding that old skin entirely to build this massive global crypto infrastructure along with tokenized stock.
And the sheer scale of this rollout is what's truly staggering. We aren't talking about a small pilot program here. Their tokenized equity trading is now live in over 120 countries, which gives users 24/7 trading access. And those equity tokens, they don't just sit there. They plug directly into lending and collateral products. Plus, they've launched Robinhood Earn, which is projecting a wildly competitive 7% annual return for staking its USDG stablecoin. It totally backs up what CEO Vlad Henev has been saying. They are moving way beyond standard app trading.
If you're wondering if this is just hype, wrap your head around this number: $343 billion. That is their equity notional trading volume leading up to June 25th alone. Absolutely massive.
When you break down those Q2 numbers across the board, the momentum is undeniable. We've got that $343 billion in equity notional trading, right? But then add in 274 million options contracts, $14 billion in crypto notional volume, and a crazy 5.2 billion event contracts. It proves that this new age of discovery strategy is totally working. They aren't just pivoting to global infrastructure, they are already doing it.
And guess what? The market completely validated this move. Right after these announcements, Robinhood shares popped 8.4% on the same day, hitting $108.72. Investors are clearly looking at this flat world strategy and rewarding it, basically agreeing that this is the future of the company.
All right, part three. SoFi banks the side hustle, stepping in to fund the next founders.
Now let's look at a highly calculated pivot to capture a very specific type of customer. Just like Robinhood, SoFi is shaking off its old 2011 identity. Back then, they were known as social finance, mainly the go-to app for student debt refinancing. But today, they're leveraging their 14.7 million members to morph from a simple neobank into a comprehensive, full-stack financial operating system.
To fuel this transition, SoFi recognized a glaring gap in the market. Look at this. Last year, 75% of small business owners who applied for financing found it difficult to access affordable capital. 3/4 of them struggled. That is a very real, tangible pain point that an everything app can swoop in and fix.
To completely own that gap, they rolled out SoFi Small Business Loans, and honestly, they made the terms incredibly attractive. We're talking fixed loans ranging from $2,500 up to $250,000, funded in as little as 24 hours after approval. And the best part? Zero application fees, zero origination fees, zero prepayment penalties. They created these low-friction, aggressive business loans to basically turn every DoorDash LLC or Etsy store owner into a dedicated, long-term client.
SoFi's CEO, Anthony Noto, framed this launch by saying they are, quote, serving members in more of the moments that matter, which is perfect corporate speak for, we know you're moonlighting as a founder, and we're going to capture your business the exact second you decide to scale.
Which brings us to part 4. X money takes flight, the arrival of Elon's financial hub.
This is kind of the climax of this whole industry shift. The fintech world has been waiting on this for a very long time.
The source material actually has a great joke about this, describing it as the fintech equivalent of that friend who says they're going to start the gym on Monday for 6 years straight, except Monday actually happened. After years of floating the idea of an everything app as your bank, way back to when they still had a little bluebird logo, the product has officially shipped to an initial group of invited users.
And when you look at the actual feature set, these are highly competitive financial perks engineered to immediately pull capital onto the platform. X-Money is offering a whopping 6% APY on deposits, which are FDIC insured via Cross River Bank. Add to that 3% cashback on payments, Visa debit card integration, and peer-to-peer transfers. They aren't just testing the waters here. They're dropping heavy financial incentives right out of the gate.
This leads us to a really fascinating concept that defines X's unique approach. Payments consultant Richard Krohn calls it a bet on agentic banking. Basically, instead of the traditional drop-down menus we're also used to tapping through, this is dialogue-based finance using AI assistance. It bypasses legacy navigation entirely for a conversational, intelligent financial interface. It's wild because it essentially pits X against ChatGPT-style AI just as much as it does against traditional payment apps.
But here's the catch. This creates a massive challenge for X, which is all about the trust deficit. Sure, X-Money has a ridiculous attention advantage, 560 million monthly active users, spending about 34 minutes a day on the app. But they face a huge uphill battle against competitors like PayPal and Cash App. Why? Because those guys have a decade of proven financial trust. They've spent years actually handling people's money, safely. X has finally shipped the product, but they still have to earn that core trust from the users.
Finally, Part 5. Who wins your wallet in this full-stack future?
Let's bring all of this together and figure out what it actually means for you, the everyday consumer. The shift we've been talking about, it's 100% here. We've just walked through 3 totally different platforms, utilizing 3 distinct strategies, but all with the exact same goal: evolving into the sole financial hub on your home screen. Robinhood proved that global crypto infrastructure and 24/7 tokenized trading is real, and the market loved it. SoFi proved that your side hustle is the new banking frontier, turning the gig economy into a massive loan book. And X-Money proved that even the longest delayed promises can eventually ship real aggressive financial products.
So the products are live, the terms are aggressive, and these apps are mutating right in front of us. But as they transform from these single-featured novelties into sprawling, full-stack financial ecosystems, it leaves us with one crucial thought to wrap up today's explainer. The ultimate question isn't about who has the sleekest app design, the highest APY, or the coolest conversational AI. The real question is, when it comes to the lifeblood of your entire financial existence, who has actually earned the trust to hold your entire wallet? Definitely something to think about the next time you unlock your phone.